Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now I have to renew my passport in a couple of weeks and I cannot tell you how excited I am to finally get rid of my old horrific photograph. It is quite possibly the worst photo that has ever been taken of me and I'm so glad to be rid of it. Honestly, it's just, I have no words. It's so bad. Anyway, I thought that I would learn from my mistakes and so this time round I'm well prepared. I decided to go for quite a neutral makeup look. I didn't want to go for anything that's on trend at the moment. So no glitter, no thick black winged eyeliner, no bold lip, because I just think that in 10 years time I don't want to look back at this photo and just think, oh god, why was I wearing a red lip, or what is that, because people haven't been doing it for years. I just want a decent photo, and as you may know, I like to go away quite a fair bit, and every single time I've been away in the past 10 years with friends, I've always tried to hide my passport photo from them. I was like, you're not seeing it, it's terrible, nobody needs to see it, and honestly most of the time I was really unsuccessful. And so I just thought, you know what, I'm going to create a relatively neutral makeup look, get my photos taken, and hopefully this will be something that won't embarrass me in 10 years time. We'll see about that. But anyway, if you want to know how I did this, then please keep watching. Oh, I nearly forgot to say that in the tutorial I did put on false eyelashes, but then I changed my mind. I thought they were a little bit too dramatic. So I did take off the lashes and I just put some liquid eyeliner. I didn't do a wing or anything. I literally just lined my lids as normal, and I used the Maybelline Master Ink Black Matte liquid eyeliner. So yeah, that's the only thing that's changed, but if you do want to see how I did the rest of this look, then please keep watching. So I actually started off with a face mask and I used the Peter Thomas Roth Pumpkin Enzyme Mask. I love this mask because it just gives you an instant radiant glow to your skin and it's perfect. I've already moisturised and put on my eye cream, so I'm going to go straight in with my primer. For this I'm using the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. Priming the skin really helps to make the makeup last longer, it blurs pores and it just helps your foundation to stick to it. My biggest tip would be to just get really healthy looking radiant skin. That's the thing you want to concentrate on. It's all about perfecting that base when it comes to passport photos. You want to look back at this photo and just think, oh god, I look really good 10 years ago, not cringe when you see it. I'm going to let the primer sit on my skin for a few minutes while I just prime my eyelids with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I'm going to prime my eyelids and underneath my eyes just because I feel like it really helps the corrector and the concealer to last a little bit longer, and it also kind of fills in some of those lines. Moving back to the skin, I'm going to take some MAC Strobe Cream. I'm just going to take a tiny amount of this. I'm just going to put it on the highest points of my face. As much as I like the way that I currently do my brows, I think I'm going to go a little bit more natural and try and do them in a slightly different way. I am definitely going to fill them in though because that really helps to frame the face. And I'm just using my NYX eyebrow gel. I'm going to use a spoolie just to brush them downwards, just to fill in any gaps. I've actually never tried this way before, so it is kind of trial and error. And then I'm just going to brush them back. The only thing I would say is try and get your eyebrows threaded or waxed or whatever you do before you do this. I really should have done the same because I've got a little bit of growth coming through. I'm actually then just going to go in with a little bit of foundation and just clean up my brows. I don't normally do this, but I just feel like I want them to be really defined. You could also use concealer, but I just don't have one that matches my skin exactly. And I don't really like using a lighter shade of concealer because I just feel like it's a bit too in your face. So I'm quite happy with the way that it's turned out, but I am just going to set my brows in place with this NYX Brow Gel. And again, this is in the shade Espresso. This honestly is like hairspray for your brows. It's amazing. I'm then going in with my Bobbi Brown Corrector in Deep Peach. My next tip would be to colour correct any areas of discoloration on your face. Unfortunately, I still don't have a green corrector to cover up this redness, but my foundation is quite yellow toned, so hopefully that will work. I'm just going to go in with my Bobbi Brown Corrector under my eyes as per usual. I'm also going to take it over my eyelid. I don't normally do this, but I just thought I would today. Normally my eyeshadow covers it, but I think I'm going to go with something very neutral on my eyes. So I thought I might as well. You can instantly see the difference that has made. This product is amazing. This is my favourite corrector of all time. There we go. I'm also going to colour correct around my mouth just because I've got a bit of greyness. Because I am going for a very neutral eye, this time round I'm going in with my foundation first. This is a Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation and I'm just going to use it with a damp sponge. I've also gone over my eyelids. I'm not sure why, I don't normally do that, but I feel like this is all quite alien to me, doing my base first. So I have actually just done 2 layers of this because I really want to build it up. I might build up a little bit more foundation, but first I'm going to go in with my concealer. I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Caramel, just over the darkness. And I'm also just going to use some here. I'm just going to take the excess over my lids. I'm then going in with the Maybelline Eraser Eye to highlight. I'm actually going to take this into the inner corner too. One thing I would say is you probably need to contour and highlight just a little bit more than you would on a daily basis, just because the camera washes out about 20% of makeup, I think. So you just want to really emphasise that contour. I'm really quickly just going to set the under eye area with a tiny bit of powder. I like to do this ASAP because I find that my under eye area creases really quickly. I'm also just going to set my lids. To contour, I'm going in with my Maybelline Master Stick V thing. I'm going to contour with a cream and a powder today. If you want to see my review of this, I'll leave the video linked below so that you can check that out if you want to. So yes, I've just highlighted over my highlight just because I want it to be a little bit stronger. I'm just going to blend this out using a brush. Now this may turn out to be a really bad idea, but I've never tried this Air Base Micro Finish Powder in HD Glow and the Bronze and Contour. I was sent these last week to try out, but I really want to try them out. I'm just not sure how well it's going to work. But this looks like such a beautiful powder that I think I'm willing to give it a go. I'm just going to pick it up on my Duo Fibre brush again. This is really intense. Whoops. I didn't realise it'd be quite so shimmery. Maybe I should have just used it on the tops of my cheekbones. So set the contour with some of this contour powder. Oh, I really like this. This is a little bit warmer, but it is a bronze and contour in one, so you could kind of get away with it. I really, really like this. I'll switch to a bigger brush and just run this along my jawline. I would say that this powder is slightly more bronzy than contoury because it is a little bit warm, but I like it to set a cream contour, but I probably wouldn't use it on very pale skin, it's a bit dark. I'm then just going to bake this bit just underneath, just to make my contour pop a bit more. So I look completely ridiculous, but I'm just baking my face just for a few minutes. I don't do it under my eyes because I just find that makes my concealer really cakey, and also because my eyes are really dry, it just doesn't look great. But I'm going to just brush it off now. I don't want it on for too long. I'm just using a Real Techniques blusher brush, I think. Then I'm going to go in with some MAC Fix Plus. Like I said, I'm going to go in with a very neutral eye, so I'm using my Zoeva Cocoa Blends palette, and I haven't decided what shade I'm going to use. I think I'm going to put this gold all over the lid, use this as a transition shade and just deepen it up a little bit with this shade. I'm just going to use a MAC 217 with this goldy shade. There we go, it's probably as subtle as I could go. Then I'm going in with the shade Substitute for Love. I think I'm only really going to take the tiniest bit of this Brick Ready shade. I don't want it too intense. I'm just going to take the tiniest amount on the end of my brush and literally just run it through the crease. I'm then just going to take a clean MAC 224 and just blend out the edges. I'm going to do a coat of mascara, and then I think I'm going to put on some false lashes, but very natural ones, just because my eyelashes are so short and stumpy. I'm getting my LVL lash lift done next week, and I'm so excited for it because, as you can see, it's been about 2 or 3 months and these lashes have started to drop already. So I think I am going to go in with some false ones. I'm going to put my bottom mascara on too. And then I'm going to go in with these Primark lashes. These are only £1 and they're called Sultry. They are quite full, they give you quite a lot of volume, but I don't feel like they're too unnatural, if that makes sense. So my lashes are on and I'm now thinking that I look a little bit too glam just to be taking my passport photo, but they are optional, you don't have to wear lashes. I only wore them, like I said, because my lashes are non-existent. I'm going to go in with this Smashbox Halo blush in the shade Blissful. This is quite a mauvey tone, but I'm going to go in with a mauvey lipstick as well, I think. This stuff is crazy pigmented, so I'm just going to get rid of some of that by just going over it with my damp sponge. I also forgot to mention, while I was waiting for the lash glue to dry, I did just go in with that same gold shade on my inner tear ducts just to sort of brighten my eyes up and open them up a little bit more. I'm then going in with my Mary-Lou Manizer. This is one of my most subtle highlights that I own, and just really work that in. I find that the more you sort of diffuse your highlight and blend it all out, the more natural it looks, rather than just that stripe that you see across some people's faces. I'm actually also just going to take this on my brow bone. Then just going to take this on the centre of my nose, just here, and a little bit on the tip. I'm just going to give my face a spritz. I've literally covered my face in this because I'm so not used to baking that I just don't want to look powdery at all. If you don't want to bake, you could just set your foundation with powder. I don't always do that because I just don't feel like I really need to. But lastly, I'm going to go in with lipstick and I'm going to wear MAC Mare. I just find that this one is so flattering on my skin tone, and I don't think I'll look back in 10 years time and think, what was that purple or red or blue or whatever on my lips? I want to go with something quite timeless. I could have gone with nude, but I just thought I'd go with this one because I really like how this looks on my skin, and in fact I think this is very universally flattering. I'm not going to bother with a lip liner or anything. So there we go, this is a finished look. I will be writing a blog post on all the things that you just need to be wary of when you take a passport photo, because I recently found out that you can actually take your own photos at home, but there are certain rules and regulations, like you're not allowed to smile, you can't have like a fringe or your hair covering your face like this, and loads of other little bits just to be careful of. So I am going to attempt to take my own photo later this evening with this makeup, but you're not allowed objects in the background, you need a certain amount of gap around the frame, and there's so many little things that go into it. So I think I'm just going to have to wait for Jazz to come and give me a hand. This time round I'm really happy with it. I don't think it's going to make me cringe. I no longer have to hide my passport from any friends that I go on holiday with, so that's always a good thing. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, it means so much to me. But thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!